Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is February the 28th, 2022, and today the topic is healing the internal scars. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. Mine was just fine. Few things. There are a few things that I want to kind of touch on today. So I hope that you guys, ultimately enjoy the juice. So first I would like to say after Saturday or on Saturday, let me see I didn't really have much going on, but there is something that did happen. And that is that the little thing that I was kind of hinting at happened it came out. So basically, long story short, y'all know that I became an author last year and whatnot, and I done published 5 books myself. Also last year I helped my mom publish her first book, and she has more publications in the works. But there is another author in our family. So basically, my announcement that I was kind of hinting at over the weekend is that yes, there's another author in our family, and those of you all that follow me on social media, you may already know, but if not, then I am glad to announce that my niece, yes, my little niece, Bailey Vashti O'Neill, she is now an author. Yes, yes, she is now an author, and she's going to be having a book signing, as you all can see if you're watching me live. Then you can see on the screen her book signing flyer, and it's going to be on March the 12th, 2022, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The location is there as well. So for those of you all in Georgia that can and will and would love to attend and support and whatnot, check that event out. So yeah, congratulations to my little niece, Bailey Vashti O'Neill. Her book is called Grown Folks Drama, cause little kids to be mentally and physically affected. If I could just chit chat just a moment, because obviously, there's some little things going on. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I'll just say this. We'll see what the Lord saying do out of me right now. But basically, this book was birthed out of her experience. I believe at the age of I can't remember the age at the moment, so my apologies for that. So it's from an experience that she had a few years ago. It deals with divorce. It deals with blended families, step families, all these type of things. There's a little bit of a workbook in there for kids to track their emotions and things like that. Beautiful book that was created by my mother and her. And so yeah, shout out to my international dream team for helping us put that together, and and everything like that. Now obviously those are some heavy topics, right? Those are some heavy topics. And it may be a bit difficult, right, to have these type of conversations with the child. So to hear a child's perspective of those type of topics and whatnot could be, well, that's what the book is, but it could be equally as difficult, right? Because it's like, how to help a child understand what's going on. How can the child express themselves, and everything like that. So for me, I commend my sister, right? I commend my mother for not only helping my niece to understand what was going on at that time, but also helping her to be able to express herself and how she felt. I think I made it extremely clear, that in my childhood, I felt as if I had to find alternative ways outside of speaking to express myself, right? Um, so I think it's a beautiful thing that, not only was my niece's voice heard, but she was able to communicate to my mother at the time, which is her grandmother. She was able to communicate to my grandmother, or her grandmother, my mother, at the time, and my mother helped her to understand the things that was going on in her life at that time. So, and I understand that that's probably a unique situation, right? Sometimes we don't explain stuff to kids. Sometimes we just allow things to happen around children, right? And then they go through life confused. And I will say this about my mom. In a lot of ways, in regards to understanding situations, I didn't grow up confused. You know what I'm saying? I knew that my father had passed, for example. Like far as I ever known, like I always knew of my father, even though he passed before I was born, for example. Now, obviously, that's a difficult thing that she went through alone. And when I reflect on that, sometimes it hurts me to my heart to imagine, you know, my mother or wife at that time losing her husband while she was pregnant, and then having to raise the child alone. Um, I commend her, I salute her, I give her flowers every day for that. I don't, obviously I have not lived that, you know what I'm saying? But I can imagine that that is a difficult situation. And so, yeah, for example, yeah, that was something I always knew. That was something that she communicated to me. So that alongside of other things throughout life, for the most part, it was like I didn't grow up confused about adult things, right? And so, in regards to that, so yeah, again, this might be a unique situation that a child was able to not only, because the child, here's the thing, children are going to observe life. They're observing things around them every day. Now, whether they fully understand what's going on, that depends on who's around them to teach them, right? So obviously my mother was around at that time to help her understand the things that was going on. And in that, they were able to track her emotions and how she felt about the situation. And that's what book is. Obviously they can go deeper about that and the other details and whatnot. But yeah, so I mean, hey, if that's something that you all need assistance with, if that's something that you all would like to share with your children and help them to understand perhaps some of the situations that's going on in their lives, then by all means check out the book. It's on Amazon. You can get it there, or you can go to her event, and she's doing a book signing and whatnot. And it's the day after her birthday. They gave me several shout outs in the live video that they did. I think it was Saturday. And so, yeah, to God be the glory. I feel like it's a beautiful thing that has happened, and hopefully it's something that can really help and heal some of the internal scars, I guess, mainly within children. So that's one thing, one cool thing. And since we're talking about books and whatnot, let me just go ahead and shout out that on that same day, I know that's crazy. So that means I won't be able to go to my niece's book signing, because I'm going to be out there at a book release party. I don't have the name of the group in front of me, so my apologies for that. Well, I don't have my contacts on, but y'all can see it on the screen, y'all. And I don't want to say their name wrong. So let's just, this group is putting together an event, and it's going to be somewhat of here it is. My apologies. Okay, it's called the Radical Readers Clubhouse. Yeah, so the Radical Readers Clubhouse is hosting their second anniversary, and they are going to be featuring my book, Madam Miraculous in the Messy Laboratory, book release party. You might even see Madam Miraculous there. And so that's something that's going on as well on the 12th at noon, March 12th and whatnot. So yeah, 2 awesome events, 2 awesome books to check out, depending on where you are. Yeah, if you're in the Atlanta area, I guess, come on over and see Madam Miraculous, but if you're in the Jackson Griffin area, then go on over and see, Bailey with Grown Folks Drama, and everything like that. So, to God be the glory for, different opportunities and things like that. That is something. Also, let me just go ahead and shout out, since I'm doing announcements. Another thing that happened over the weekend is I found out we got 200 subscribers on our YouTube. So shout out to all of you all. Thank you all so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for sharing and liking and all those different things. We're celebrating all the milestones. So, that is a blessing to have 200 of you all that, saw some value in God, Sex, and Love channel. And we hope that we continue to add to that every day. But yes, so and then yesterday, y'all know I worked. Y'all know I worked yesterday. I might talk about it in the after show because it's not that important, I guess. We'll talk about that later. Let's get into the juice, okay? Yeah, let's get into the juice. So the topic today is healing the internal scars. The interesting thing was my prayer meditation with the Soul Space app today was centered around healing. And the funny thing was I saw this, and it's, I guess, considered like art, but it was like I guess some type of artist that would kind of, how, okay, a man would get his hair shaved, and sometimes they shave designs into their hair. I know at one point when I was, shaving the size of my hair, when I did that as well. So anyway, I saw this video of this artist doing this with a horse, shaving designs in the horse's hair, and whatnot. And I guess maybe other animals as well, but I only saw the horse, and then I kind of kept going. But anyway, so as I was doing my prayer meditation, I imagined, what came in my mind as I was doing my prayer meditation was that type of thing happening with skin. And the question that came in my mind is like, how would that heal? Like, and what would that look like? Like, and so it led me to think about the word scars. The word scars was heavy on my mind this morning, during and after my prayer meditation. So that's what I kind of started looking up and whatnot. That led me to look up a lot of different things, and a lot of different topics and whatnot, but around the same idea of healing and scars and all these different types of things. So, I mean, ultimately I did define them. And so the definitions I wrote down this morning, scar says a mark left on the skin or within body tissue where a wound, burn, or sore has not healed completely. A fibrous connective tissue has developed. And again, I think like looking deeper into scars and different types of scars and all those different things. I think I even looked deeper into like fibrous. I said it's right before, now I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. Fibrous, whichever one. Fibrous connective tissue. Looking deeper into that led me to collagen, the word collagen. So when I just defined that, it said the main structural protein found in skin and other connective tissues, widely used in purified form for cosmetic surgical treatments. Now, the thing was, again, as I was looking and I was going deeper and I was kept reading different verses and it wasn't resonating, I'm like, Lord, it's almost 5 or whatever the case was. And I'm like, because obviously I'm recording after 6 now. And I just was like, am I missing something? Like, and I took a moment and I paused and, just got silent mentally and whatnot. And then that's when I ended up going deeper and looking into what I just told you all with fibrous or fibrous connective tissue and collagen and all that. And I think that's what opened my eyes to the internal part, because I was thinking more so about external and scars and all this. And it's interesting because as I was writing down the definitions, I saw it in the first definition. If we look back at scar, it says a mark left on the skin or within body tissue. So it was there already. It's just, I guess it took something else for me to think more about internal, because what got me thinking about internal was cosmetic surgical treatments, which we know the majority of different types of cosmetic surgery is taking care of something on the outside, but really a lot of times there's really things going on the inside. So that's what led me to the name of the topic today. Also wrote down the definition of healing, which says the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. So yeah, so with all of that, with all of that being said, let's see what the Bible has to say. So 1 Peter 2:24, it says, he himself bore our sins in his body on the tree, that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. By his wounds you have been healed. Can't we let that marinate on today? It reminds me of a conversation I had with my sister last night, but obviously, again, I don't want to get too deep into that because I believe that, that will be addressed whenever. But sometimes, if I just focus on this verse here, it says here that he himself bore our sins in his body on the tree, that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. That right there, that's some juice right there. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's juice, because, again, a lot of times we want to just handle things in our own way, right? We want to handle things in our own way. We want to, take vengeance upon ourselves, when at the end of the day, the Bible tells us something completely different, y'all. It tells us to handle different situations, and that God, the vengeance is his, and all these different things. And so again, here it says that he bore the sins, right, in his body. That verse ends by saying, by his wounds that we are healed. And so what we are supposed to do, right, is live to righteousness. Die to sin and live to righteousness. I hope that encourages you and inspires you today, y'all. Because, at the end of the day, again, we don't have to allow sin and sinful nature, right, to overpower us. And I believe that, I wish I'd wrote down this verse that's coming into my mind, but I feel like I'm about to say it wrong. Yeah, it went away from my mind, so that's okay. But yeah, let me keep going. Let me keep going. Another verse I came across that I felt led to share was 1 John 4:4. It says, little children, you are from God and have overcome them, for who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. Yeah. I mean, now when you guys look at the Go Deeper section, I felt like those verses in that is for the people that is ready for some meat, and ready to go deeper and receive a little bit more detail about this when it comes to internal 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 scars. But yeah, but for right now, for the juicers, for people that may or may not, I don't know where we are spiritually and whatnot. So for us that may be beginners or whatever the case is, right? Like that verse says, we are from God, and we have overcome them. Why? Because for he who is in us is greater than he who is in the world. So yeah, every now and then you might have to give up your right for someone else's wrong, right? Every now and then you might have to just step back and allow God to take care of different situations. And that may be awkward and weird and hard. But again, as you do this, I believe that, you'll have peace. And yeah, let's heal the internal scars. Allow God to heal the internal scars, because he's already done it, right? He's already done what was necessary to do that. So what we need to do is trust him in that. Well, Galatians 6:17, it says, "From now on, let no one cause me trouble, for I bear on my body the marks of Jesus." Oh man, that kind of stood out to me this morning. And it was in the midst, I think I came across that verse like before I finally settled, I guess, on this topic or whatnot. But it really stood out when I came across it. And I guess that also is pointing to internal scars to some effect as well, because a lot of times, again, we focus on the external, right? We focus on the things that we can see, and sometimes we don't take time for the things that's within. And but at the end of the day, if we are, I mean, hey, I guess if you're listening to the sound of my voice today, right, then I hope that the verses that I'll share have encouraged you to understand that, that ultimately God has already done what was necessary to heal. He bore on the tree, he bore our sins. So what we need to do is live in righteousness, right? Later on, it comes around and tells us that, that he who is in us, which is God, is greater than he who is in the world. You're going to see in the Go Deeper section about, what the true warfare is, which is like spiritual warfare. But I didn't necessarily feel led to share that verse here on the juice right now, because again, that's for people that are ready and willing to go deeper about that. Because until you understand that there's an internal thing, deeper things going on versus just the external and what we see, then you might not be ready for that. So depending on where you are, that's something on today. But yeah, let me just go ahead and let me see. Oh, well, yeah. Well, hey, that's the juice, y'all. That's the juice. That's the last verse that I had for that. Again, I hope everything that I've shared today encourages you and inspires you in that area. The testimony about my niece's book, and dealing with things that's going on internally, understanding that God has already done the healing, so let us live in righteousness and allow him to do his thing. Yep, that's the juice. The Bible verse of today is Isaiah 55:6-7. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the righteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And there you go, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, man, I hope that you all enjoyed the juice. Let this thing settle. Get this music together. My glass says, "Do you do?" This was actually a gift that was given from not my event yesterday that I did in Jacksonville. The lady gave me one of the gift boxes that she had on a table for her guests, and so this was one of the gifts that was in it. So really cute class. Um, who? Yeah. Oh well, also on Saturday I did do my nails for those of you all that care. So this shade is called All Wild Up. It's like a nude with animal print color. Y'all know where to go for my polishes, right? UnwindSelfCare.com. I gave myself this little bitty pointy nail. What y'all think? I think it's kind of cute. So yeah, this. Trying to see can you all see the design. It's like a kind of almost like a zebra or tiger print, but it's in like tan and brown. Cute. Yesterday was fun as well. My event that I did, private event. It was funny because I think that my couple of events, it's like they struggle with allowing me to just stay in character. Like both were like, it's like they had a lot of questions for me as Miracle, but then they wanted to ask me while I was still doing the show. And so it was that balance between being like and trying to answer some of their questions, but at the same time, it's kind of like, let's stay in this moment, you know. But shout out to that family. It seemed as if they had a wonderful time. Shout out to Bros Bites for providing the light bites last night. Man, I'm telling y'all, unfortunately, I did not get a chance to try anything. Because honestly, if I'm being honest with y'all, I don't necessarily, when I go and do stuff, especially when there's food involved and whatnot, I don't be sitting down and eating with people. Now, every now and then, you know, I'll get guests that be like, go eat. I said go eat. And then, you know, in that case, then I usually might have a few bites or something. Or, you know, maybe sometimes people put something to the side for me or whatever for performance as an actor and whatnot. But for the most part, when I'm there, I don't go with the intention to eat with them. Man, like I saw those macaroni cheese bites that he had made, and I was like, man, I want to try those. But they didn't offer, and I didn't go for it, and I just, yeah, that was one thing. Shout out to him, man. They seemed very pleased. We also had some wine on site as well. Gave them a couple of bottles of our sparkling wine. So, y'all know you can check that out at miracleofwine.com. You know, but yeah, overall, I mean, yeah, the event went well. It's an interesting group. They seemed like they was ready to play, but at the same time, a couple of them seemed like they weren't necessarily ready to play. Like again, because they were struggling with the whole idea of like, you know, we're here to celebrate her birthday. You're talking about another kid. You're talking about some other lady, and I'm like, no, we're talking about the same lady. It's just we're gonna call her something else at the moment, you know. So I'm really like breaking it down that way today. Yesterday at the show. But yeah, that's how that went. But anyway, but yeah, overall, you know, it was a great event. Again, any and all things about me, the business, all of that stuff can be found at actressmiraclesims.com. Today's Monday, y'all, right? It's a workout day. Nat. No. Solid plans. You know, I do need to finish up some stuff. But on the 1st, I will be doing an interview with the Radical Clubhouse. I'm saying it wrong, but I'll be doing an interview with them, and y'all might meet Madam Miraculous at the interview. So be on the lookout for that as well. I see somebody's tuning in live now, so good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm done technically with the juice, so that'll be coming out momentarily. But yeah, thank you for hello. Let me see. I see some comments. I'm not sure if that's you. No, I don't think so. But anywho, But yeah, that's all. That's all. I was just wrapping things up. Thank you so much for listening and watching, everybody. I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired by the juice. And be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for more information coming out about my niece's book and everything like that. And until next time, y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.